Oh, thanks, bro.
All the people. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry, I've been like.
same.
But
My appointment left like 4 minutes ago, so I just want to get with you beforehand. I think if you want to run through the slides, you mind covering the slides?
And are you gonna do the forms, or are you gonna, and then we'll just do this together, the other part?
Yeah,
Okay,
and I can kind of kick it off like asking
okay, so you're gonna kick off the meeting, then is what you want me to do?
yeah, if you want.
Good, it's whenever you got it. Oh, that means.
Okay. I'll push the button.
Okay. And we have a last minute thing, we're gonna be, celebrate, Nation Back. Doing our cultural message.
Hello, hello. PJ from the back.
Welcome. I'm on now, okay. Welcome to the team meeting. Robin is, on grandparent day. I mean, she's doing stuff with her granddaughter, keeping her granddaughter for the next 2, 3 days. So she asked us to pitch in for her, but trust me, she gave us all the directions of everything she wanted us to do. So, you want to start things off for us?
Yeah, let's see if I can get this. First time guest. So if you're a first timer, this is your first time at a team meeting, do you mind standing up for us right quick?
Okay.
Awesome. Wow.
Hey. Wonderful, wonderful.
Welcome, welcome. So glad to have you. And then we also have, I believe, one of the conference rooms going to be set up for you guys afterwards. So if it's your first time, if you want to stop in there, they have a little gift set up for you.
So we have a tradition in this market center that we fill the buckets. Anybody have any bucket fills for today? What is a bucket? A bucket fill.
Great question.
A lot of times people thank one another here in the market center, a lot of different things. Can I do it? Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah,
stand
please.
up. Let's stand up. And the reason why you're speaking in a mic is for the people that are online.
Oh, okay.
Okay? And tell us your name and what you're grateful for.
Okay, my name is Pamela Hernandez, and I'm grateful to be here with all these nice, sweet faces. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Yes, Pam.
Pamela.
I'm also Pamela.
Pamela Diaz.
So I am so grateful because we talk about God, family, and business. That's the values that we believe in. And I am so grateful for two agents who stepped in when I had to go and take care of my mom and my aunt about a month ago. So I'm grateful for Mary Walker. Mary stepped in the day before my closing and went to my closing for me on my behalf. So Mary, I don't even know if you're listening today, but I'm grateful for Mary. And I'm also grateful for Lanyetta Smith. Lanyetta also stepped in for a different client to do 2 home inspections. So it's all about our culture and our team. And I'm just grateful to be a part of such an amazing team.
I love that. I love that.
Hi, I'm Jordan Hess. I'm a new agent And I'm really grateful just for all of you guys and everyone who's been willing to have a conversation with me and give me advice. It's just been so helpful. So thank you all.
Awesome. Thank you.
There, anybody? Anybody else?
Phil? All right. So $1 Million Producers, this is in written volume in the month of March. So if you see your name on the screen, can you guys see that? Please stand up so we can recognize you for an incredible month. Awesome.
See even a new agent up there standing up too. That's
Absolutely.
good. Good. Okay.
This one's for listed volume. So listed volume in the month of March, individuals, teams, and groups. So again, if you see your name, congratulations. Pat on your back. And this is closed volume, so money in your pocket. Individuals, teams, and groups. Again, if you see your name, awesome. Mikey.
That's the peanut gallery back there standing up the whole time. That's cool. Okay.
So here's a list of everyone, and then I think I'm stuck.
Are you stuck?
I'm stuck.
Okay. Top 10 producers.
This is white space. Here we go. Today's vendor guest. So guys, let's show some love for our vendors. They're set up out there. Make sure you connect with them. That's why they brought us some goodies, some sweets out there. And hopefully all of you got to connect before our team meeting. Did you get a chance to attend? Awesome. 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 Vendors, thank you so much. We appreciate your partnership. And then our strategic partners, Carolina Gold, you in the house?
Yeah.
All right, Billy and
Billy.
Teresa.
Give you those so they're ready to go.
Yeah. Here you go, ma'am. There you go, sir.
Thank y'all very much. I think y'all might know me by now. Billy Gerald, your mortgage professional with Carolina Gold Mortgage and the First Lady of Finance.
Teresa Green.
Not quite the Lee and Jules bit, but you know, we're trying to get
I'm
there.
working on it.
So I've got a question for everybody. So if there was a tool that would help you with your business, make your business run a little bit better, make your customers have a little bit better experience, wouldn't you want to know about it? When would you want to know about it? Well,
Yes.
very good. Well, that's what we want to talk about real quick. And the benefits working with Carolina Gold Mortgage, because we believe that working with us is going to make your business run a little bit smoother, make your life a little bit better, and make your customers have a better experience. What do we want? Well, customers have a great experience, a wow experience. So they tell their friends, families, coworkers to come back to you to buy the house and us to come back to do the financing. And so why would you want to work with us? Biggest reason, mortgage pros. We've been in the business a little while. You know, I joke we've got 107 years experience between the two of us. And that might not be too terribly far off. But we'll make sure that your clients have best in class experience and smooth out any surprises you might see.
There's two of us, so one of us is normally always here. If not, we're available 24/7.
Oh, you know, you've heard me say it before, even on the weekends. Call me. If you can't get a hold of me, call Teresa. If you can't get a hold of Teresa or me, call 911. We're part of the KWB team. We're on your team. We're pulling the rope in the same direction. You know, our whole job is to support your business, because without you and your business, we don't have a job. Nobody needs us.
We're right here in the office. Again, we're right located right outside the hub. So we are happy to meet with your clients in the office. We do Zoom. We can meet them wherever. Coffee, wine.
We're brokers. So that means if you've got your good credit score, your 780 borrower, they've got money down, we can do the shopping for them to make sure they get the best rate. But let's say you've got the borrower, self-employed, 1 year tax returns. Maybe they've had a bump in the road and they're 1 year out of bankruptcy, or maybe even 1 day out of bankruptcy. Investor loans. We've got access to a plethora of loan programs that you don't get with an independent mortgage bank.
We do monthly lunch and learns, so we normally will have something going on in here the first Wednesday of every month and then other times as well. And we normally have some pretty good giveaways as well as our information, and we usually feed you pretty well. Just
Uh,
like now, I made donuts with no calories in them.
There you go. Wine and donuts. It doesn't get any better than that, does it? The ability to co-market. So, Adam, I think we did a broker open house together when we were able to come out and help with some of the marketing. So if you're doing customer appreciation events, open house events, things that you want to ask, possibly have us to co-market with you, ask.
And then, of course, list reports, which if none of you or any of you are not using that, let us know. We'll be glad to hook you up super fast for any of your marketing flyers and open houses and getting your properties out.
Thank you all.
Okay, great job. All right. Training coming
You have a
up.
training, right, May 7th?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So Wednesday, May 7th from 1 to 2 p.m. Pop-up mortgage 101 training. So make sure you can attend that as well. Oh, thank you. Leave that here for the panel.
Also, is Jennifer in here? Jennifer?
Farnsworth, there she is.
Okay,
Roof has been an issue for older roofs for homes, getting insurance. So we now have some more options for you guys for the homes that do have the older roof. So give me a call. I'll put some quotes together for you. Just text me, call me, and I'll be here to help you. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you, Jennifer.
So most insurance companies locally in North and South Carolina, if the roof is 10 years or older, some carriers will do 15. But they changed this over the past few years. So if you're looking at a property with an older roof, just keep that in mind. You might want to keep that, or make that a part of your offer, exchange. So, but yes, 10 to 15.
Yes.
all right.
Thank you, thank you.
All right.
Dynamic
The
duo.
duos, they're back, and they're better.
Hey everyone, as you guys know, my name is Leah
And I'm Jules.
and we are your in-house tech and marketing team. And today we're coming to you, giving you a new command update. Go to the next slide if you don't mind. So brand new in KW Command. If you've logged into KW Command, you might have noticed in your database, you now see icons, okay? You'll see icons next to the email addresses. So by visually just looking at your database, you can tell what email addresses aren't working or who has unsubscribed, which is very cool. You can also filter, okay? So from your command database, you'll notice it says filters on the top right, okay? You can now scroll to the very bottom of that filters list and sort by email addresses that are undeliverable, okay? So that's a big deal. If you were sending out emails and you can now go ahead and sort your database by that and see, okay, did I misspell their email address? Do they have a daffyduck@gmail.com in here, right? Do I need to reach out and ask for their email address so they can receive hyper local market updates from you right to their email, okay? So that's something that you should really, really be focusing on with this new feature. Very cool. It shows you unsubscribes and you can also resubscribe contacts. Okay, so if they reach out to you and say that they accidentally unsubscribed, you can send them an email to resubscribe your contacts now. All right, and that's all from the contact section of Command. And if you have questions on that, we will be going over that today in class from 1 to 2 p.m. We'll be working on email marketing. So again, 1 to 2 p.m. today, if you'd like to learn more, be right here in the KWB training room.
All right, so tomorrow's the day for the 201 Club class hosted by our regional tech coordinator. So that's going to go on in this room from 1 to 2 p.m. and that will be going over the 201 Club. So what that is the model with KW. They found that if you have over 200 contacts in your command database, you have the opportunity to build a $120,000 business. However, they're not just talking about throwing 200 names in there and then leaving them be. They are wanting fully complete contacts, meaning they have an email, a phone number, a physical address, a home anniversary, and a birthday. And then the whole idea is there's these things called smart plans in Command that can automate these touches so that you can be reaching out to them automatically. So the 201 Club class will be going over that with our regional tech coordinator, Sydney Seymour, will be here going over that and what that means for your business. And what that means is the opportunity, again, to build a $120,000 business. So it's worth it to be in this room tomorrow. So for this class, we did hold a contacts collection contest to see who could collect the most new contacts to help you reach this 201 Club goal. Even if you forgot about this contest until now, I still urge you to time block just a little time today and just sit down and start adding people to your phone who you know that may not be in your database already. So for example, do you have your dentist and doctor in there? I'm sure they have you in their database to reach out to you for marketing. So why not add them to your database to market to them as well? So I urge you guys to sit down and think about that and add to your phone. Just a name and a phone number or email is all that's needed. And then in class tomorrow, Sydney's going to go over how to get them into Command, how to set up on systems to remind you to clean those up. So do that today and then come to class tomorrow and be entered for this contest.
Well said, right? You guys know top agents are getting their business from their sphere, right? Who in here has heard of a 33 touch to your sphere? Okay. Keep your hand up if you have a 33 touch set up. Gold clients with Julia Designs. Thank you. Good job. Okay. If you do not, you need to be automating that in your business, right? So you can go out and do what you do best, talk to people, okay? Let us help you automate that. Come to class tomorrow, get your contacts, work on getting them in here, come to class tomorrow. We'll help you set that up. And now to build on that, if you'll go to the next slide, I do want to talk about, we go to the next slide. Oh, thank you.
Oh.
How'd you do things?
Magic. I don't know.
All right, so a success story for those agents that work with Julia Designs who are gold clients. I would like you to stand up and get a round of applause. Our gold clients took home $6.3 million last year. Yeah. Oh, Mary's twice? Mary and Dale. Mary's killing it. Yeah. Guys, what are they doing? It's no secret, okay, what they're doing. They're staying on top of their database. They get their business from their sphere by staying top of mind. And if you'll go to the next, you'll go to the next.
Got you.
All right, so this is showing you if you want that same strategy, right? It's really a no-brainer. 96% of our gold clients procure a buyer or seller lead within 90 days. That number significantly goes up if you are active with your database already. Okay, so if you want to get in front of your business, automate social media, automate your email touches with wow marketing that shows them how you could market their listing. Scan that QR code. It'll show you the whole strategy, or go ahead and book with us. You can email us contact@juliadesigns.com. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of your, so excited about the newsletter just went out, so, yeah, awesome. Okay, Tasha, big
Quick update.
All the good news coming. from
Yes,
Tasha.
good news, good news. Only good news today. Just real quick reminders, it's a busy time. Slow down, pay attention, watch what you're doing. Frequently continuing to get documents, missing signatures, missing dates. Please slow down. Take a second look at your listing agreements, buyer agency agreements. How many have ever signed a buyer agency agreement with start date and end date the same day? Anybody? Start day and end day the same day. Yeah. Well, it happened just because somebody got in a hurry, and because they got in a hurry, they missed out on a $600,000 transaction. Take your time, watch what you're doing, look at the dates, look at the signatures, make sure you got them. Okay. We're having conversations with our buyers, sellers, Are we following up with an email solidifying that conversation? Okay, exactly. A paper trail. We're working with 5 deals right now. No paper trail of what happened because it was all conversation. Okay. Follow up. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, per our conversation, just wanted to make sure we're on the same page. You do want to close on the 15th and not the 19th. Okay, sure you're doing that. It's costing agents some money right now. Okay, so take your time, slow down, pay attention, make sure you're submitting your documents timely. 3 days for the initial documents, 7 days once you're under contract. And then once you go to closing, I think we're all submitting them right away, right? Okay, so make sure you're submitting those. That gives Carla time to review them, not the day before closing, but a month before closing, so that if there are corrections, you've got a month to correct it, not the day before. Okay, so take your time, slow down, call me if I can be of help with anything.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Tasha.
ALC, come on down.
Yeah, got one here.
A lot going on, I'm sure. Yeah, sure. Huh? That's for the panel.
Good morning. I am Lindsay Peg Fox, the chair of the social committee. Does anybody in here like to have fun? Boring. Does anybody in here like to have fun? Yeah. So we like to have fun. We love each other. And that is kind of my mission, is to encourage more connection between agents. I love that we had a new agent say that she feels welcome and comfortable asking questions. We just want to give you guys more of that. Connection and camaraderie and love. So my mission is fun and connection. And we have a lot of events. I did send out an inter-office email. Did anybody get that last night? Great. All right. I need tech help. Beep. I will do that. However, I'll resend that out. We have a lot of events that we're planning this year for social, and we need some help with hosting those events. So I'll resend that email. Please get back to me via email and help me out so we can have some fun. That's it.
Great. Thank you. Hey, Richard Smaltz, Career Development. Y'all got a survey. If you haven't completed it, please take a minute to do that. It was by an email. We'd like to hear from you as to what training programs and events for education would be beneficial to you in the Market Center. We're working hard trying to come up with some new ideas to better educate you. Obviously, knowledge is power. And the more knowledge we have, the more powerful we can be as agents and as a team. So keep that in mind. If something comes to mind and you see me running around the Market Center, you want to just grab me and give me what your thoughts are, that's fine as well. But we're going to continuously kind of review what we have available and see how we can better the programs for you. Okay?
If you guys missed that survey, there's also a QR code on your tables that have that survey attached to it. So you can do the survey.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Code, her phone goes cha-ching. That was me earlier. I was like, I just didn't hear phone went cha-ching. So keep your volume on. Okay. I'm Jess. I run the growth committee. What was yesterday?
Profit share.
Yes. Raise your hand if you got profit share yesterday. Jay, how much did you get? What?
975.
Okay. I got 1900, which I'm like, yay. Woo, woo. I figured you would have gotten more than me because, you know. Who else has the numbers? Please throw them out so people know this money is real. Throw out your numbers. Lisa, how much you get? Okay. Who else? What'd you get though?
I got 1900 too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Call out another number.
700.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Free money, guys. All right. So next Thursday, 10:30, meet me out here. Okay. I want you guys to have the same money that we're getting because it's awesome. Okay. It's real.
Hey, I'm Amber, also with the Growth Committee. We have Career Night on Wednesday. Get excited. Yeah. Those people in. Tomorrow. That's right. Today is Tuesday. Also, if you are a first-time visitor, please stop and get your gift on the way out. We have a little something for everyone who's a first-time visitor. So that's it.
Sweet. I'm Adam Sellers with the Finance Committee. We're working on the groundwork for the wealth building group. If you're in here and you are someone that has a passion to helping build wealth through residential investment properties, please reach out to Jake or I. We're still looking for 1 or 2 more people to add to the wealth building circle for the wealth building group that we're building out here in the office. So we're really looking to close that gap. And then from the Financial Planning Committee, we meet on the second Thursday of every month. You'll see an email from me. I would love for everyone to come pop out to that. But the wealth building group, just so you know, this is one thing I thought we would make really good, clear, and purposeful is the wealth building group is going to be for any and everyone. It'll even be somewhere you can invite clients to eventually and also grow in outside of that. You don't have to be a part of a committee to be a part of the wealth building group. So it's an arm of the Financial Planning Committee. So don't feel like if you're a part of another committee, that wealth building door will be closed. It's wide open to everyone in the Market Center. Our goal is to grow it to 300 to 400 people. So, we really want to get there. So be on the lookout for our next email. We just laid the groundwork yesterday and looking forward to having that come out next month. So if you start to see the words wealth building, hopefully that'll perk your ears in an email to come to the next meeting that we have. Cool. Thanks, everyone.
I've never had to use microphone. Listen to it. This is, KW Cares Committee. I'm Margot. This is Lisa. And we are part of KW Cares this year. You need it?
It's just for the people online.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so out of the loop here. Okay. Margot, Autry, Lisa. Okay. KW Cares. We're part of KW Cares. We're not Irene today. We'd like to be, but we're not. May 8th is Red Day. Everyone should know about KW Red Day. If you don't, Red Day stands for Renew, Energize, and Donate. So we have a way for you to donate. We're going to energize you with some information here. So we have several activities planned for our committee. I know a lot of you agents and teams probably have some things planned too. You can start out the morning by volunteering to the Union County Shelter in Monroe. We're going to serve breakfast to our unhoused friends over there. Then Cedar Grove Cemetery is, now some of these times overlap. You can choose whichever one you want to volunteer. And we do need volunteers, which is why we're here today. And we want your money also. So Cedar Grove Cemetery needs some cleanup. There's ash and debris. And I mean, if you have a loved one that's passed and you go to their grave and see that it's muddy and just, you don't want that. So we're there to clean those up. I don't think it's going to be a major overhaul, but get in touch with someone on our KW Cares committee and find out. Irene's a good source. Then we are going to Westerly Hills Academy in Denver, on Denver Avenue in Charlotte. Lisa, you want to tell about that?
Wesley Hills Academy is a Title I school, so we'll be there serving the teachers there. It's about 75 staff members. We'll be providing a lunch, a catered lunch at Wesley Hills Academy. Then afterwards, we'll be going to Second Harvest Food Pantry. Well, they'll have some jobs that we can do with restocking food, taking food out the trucks and putting them in different bins. And then we'll be heading, that's our last one. Oxford House will be receiving donations. So those for individuals that are being rehabilitated from drugs and alcohol. So we'll be donating items to the Oxford House, and then we'll be ending our day at the Salvation Army, where we'll be serving over about 200 individuals on Spratt Street.
And actually, I interrupt you, but several of these overlap, like Second Harvest Food Pantry, Crisis Assistance Ministry. They're all right beside each other. Then we have a big thing planned for everyone to enjoy. Lisa.
At the Salvation Army. So that's where we'll be feeding over 200 individuals and also the agents for those of you all that serve on that day. On your desk, you have a QR code where you can sign up. And then you also have another QR code where you can donate. I do simple math. I just figured 500 agents donate $50. Or $5 or whatever you have.
Truthfully, because we're restocking some of these pantries. We're giving, toiletry items and things to the unhoused folks. I think you get the general idea. But we desperately need your donations. If every agent that we had in this office gave $5, can you imagine? That would be a huge amount. Right, I'm just saying, we want as much as we can give, but even if you think, oh man, my budget's really tight, I'm a new agent, totally understand that. Please, if you can, give $25 or more, 50, we could use 100. I'm sure the limit is not top, just exactly. So when you scan the code, it will go straight to Venmo to Lynn Davis, who's going to hold all the money, cha-ching. And definitely please sign up, because I know we have some of these opportunities where we don't have but maybe 2 people volunteering and we need 10, if you will.
Some questions?
Oh,
Yep, someone online.
where did that come from?
Someone
I've been to a team meeting in a long time. Okay.
Hey, KWB, this is Charlene. I need to know if someone can tell me how many folks we have signed up participating in all of these fantastic events for Red Day. How many total do we have?
28.
28 total, guys. So that means we need 72 folks to sign up. We have a goal this year of giving back to our communities and promoting our culture in this office of 100 people. And I know we can do it. If you don't have money, give time. If you give time, you're giving your heart back to the community, and that's what we're about here. They support us in the business that we do, and we truly, truly need to come from contribution and support them as well. So please don't think that this is something that is just going to take up a little bit of your time. It is something that is well worth it to go out there with your colleagues and your friends and to do the best work that we can to support Red Day. It's a huge thing, and it's very, very important. So please, please take a moment to sign up. I know that I will be there, Jim will be there, Beth will be there, and 25 other folks. But in an office with this much heart, that should be much, much, much higher. So I really encourage you to take part and be a part. It's just a great and important day.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Good job.
Remember, there are 6 different projects. If we have less than 30 people right now, come on, we can do better than that.
One more thing, this is KW Cares Month, and this is that Mo Anderson's 88th birthday. So in her honor, they're asking each market center to raise $888, and each market center that reaches that goal will have access to a coaching call with Mo. So that basically breaks out to be $2 for 500 people. If we can do that, then we will be able to do a coaching call with Mo Anderson. So
Also, we hope that as soon as you're done with your project, you will come over to Second Harvest and Crisis Assistance, because we have a DJ, we have a cookout, hamburgers, hot dogs, so we can all see each other, celebrate, fellowship, and be happy with all the progress we've made for someone else in the community.
Awesome.
Okay.
Can I
Thank
make
you.
one quick comment?
Hey, so really quickly, anybody who pre-ordered a Red Day shirt, they are in. They're at our offices, me and Lynn, so you can come grab one of us. We'll help to get you your shirt that you've already paid for. If you did not yet pre-order your shirt and you would like to, we have extras that are available for purchase. $20 a shirt, and proceeds go to KW Cares. So thank you guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much, ALC. And then if we can get our panel to come on up, because guys, I'm super excited about this one. Go ahead and have a seat. One of the things that impressed me about Robin when it came to team meetings. Give me 1 second. Robin said, if you're going to take an hour out of your day to come into team meeting, we're going to make sure that you leave with something of value that you can plug and play into your business. So we appreciate you being here. This is what it's all about. Rockstar panel, super excited, especially about the topic, knowing how you guys are. So I'm going to leave that with you, Abby. Building a big business around relationships. you guys remember 2020, 2021 market, felt like agents were kind of tripping over commission checks, right? Interest rates at 2.5, obviously. It was very much a transactional market. It was kind of one and done. You saw a lot of agents, they close a deal, they go on to the next client, you know, the next person looking for help. Were they really maintaining those relationships? I would say that we wouldn't have seen the agent fallout that we did had they been staying in relationship with those clients and engaging with them on a periodic basis. So super excited because all of these rock stars here run a relationship-based business, right? I mean, predominantly coming from your sphere and the relationships you built along your career in real estate. So have a list of questions that we're going to kind of go through and ask. So starting out, what was the moment you realized that building relationships was going to be the key to your success in real estate?
I will start. Hey, all right. So it was actually 6 months into business. I've shared this story before. I called a friend because I wanted to plan a play date, and she was like, "Oh, hey, girl, don't come to the townhouse. We live in Matthews now." And I was like, "Huh? What do you mean?" And she's like, I sold the townhouse and bought another house. The story is much longer. And I was like, what? When? And she's like, "Oh, girl, within the last 30 days. Well, I had been in the business for about 6 months and had been such a horrible secret agent, had only had really one transaction up to that point. And I realized, like, man, she's my friend. If she would have known that I was in the business and I was doing this real estate, and I would have kept in touch with her a little bit more as to why are you selling, what's going on in your life, then maybe I would have not only been able to help her, but also walk through life with her, because it was a tough decision she had to make. So I realized that the same way that I was showing up in my business, I must have been showing up personally. So I had to quickly shift. I did quickly shift. I am a relationship anyways kind of person. Quickly shifted and realized I needed to check in with my people more often. I don't want to take over everything. So Christina, would you like to answer?
So I began at the very start knowing I wanted a sphere-based business, knowing that I wanted to be in relationship with the people that I already knew. When I met with Jay the very first time and we were talking about it, he said, "How will you know you're a success?" And I said, "When my friends and family and people that I know refer me to other people." My dad had owned a business and built his business exclusively through his sphere. So I knew that that was key. I also was a mama who didn't want to take time out from being a mama. So I had to figure out how to integrate my business into the world that we already had.
It's a powerful statement.
Yeah, so I think I first realized it probably in a previous career. Many of you don't know this about me. I used to be a preschool teacher. If people will trust you with their kids, and I also was hospitality business for a very long time, like many of us were. And I learned the importance of relationships there. What?
We're just all in shock.
Yes, I used to be a preschool.
Absorbing that information, man.
I think the best story I have about this is actually a listing we have right now in Huntersville, shameless plug. It's the 6th deal she's done with us. And it was somebody that I had met through a friend of a friend, coming from the hospitality business. And she trusted us with her first purchase. And it was similar to you, it was a townhouse. And then she was like, "I want to buy a house now." And I said, "Okay, do you need to sell the townhouse?" She goes, "You told me I was never allowed to sell this." And I was like, "Oh, like people listen, that's awesome." And so built a strong relationship with her over the years. And like I said, now doing a 6th deal. I think it's those little things. And one of the things that we do on our team is when we're first sitting down with a consultation with a client, we split the sheet down the middle and we have GQ on one side and ST on the other. And GQ is for great questions and ST is for the statements or the stuff. And I want our papers to be loaded with great questions because the more we find out about them, they feel that they're in control of the relationship. And as a result, they trust us more. So if there's anything that I could give as advice, I'd say ask great questions.
Just started threatening my friends if they didn't use me, I'd cut them.
Hey, that works. I mean,
It really does work. But I do. I'm like, well, if you don't use me, we're not friends anymore. And I mean it. I will also just say I knew I wasn't going to door knock. I knew I wasn't going to cold call. And so I had to decide how am I going to be out there hunting? So I picked open houses and really cultivating and expanding relationships.
the moment I can still remember the day. I started with a zero budget. I lived in a great neighborhood for farming, and I would print my own flyers and I would walk the neighborhoods. I got all my steps in. This was back in 2007. And you couldn't hardly get a showing in 2007 in that market. So it's not like the market now. You learned very, very well how to be a listing agent in 2007, 2008 through 2010. And I had been watching all of the houses that were sitting on the market, and I would schedule appointments to go see them because they were in my neighborhood. And this one house I knew was getting ready to come off the market. Well, one day as I was walking past, the owner of the house, who didn't live there anymore, I knew he didn't live there because the house was vacant, was sitting on the front stoop, and he was sweaty and he was mowing the grass, and he had this disgusted, just this completely defeated look on his face. And I was just passing on the sidewalk, and I said to him, I said, "I can sell your house." And he was like, "Okay."
Let's start with
And I
that.
said, "Okay, let's do it." And it had been on the market for a year. And I went in and I staged it and I cleaned it myself because it smelled horrible inside. And we still have that relationship. And I knew that that was the way to grab people's heart and attention.
Mm.
And it got sold in a week.
Wow.
Mhm. Oh,
So everything they said would be very similar to my history. And you're right about that market. You had to build relationships and had to learn how to be a listing agent really fast. But mine would be a little bit different. I'll say something different. I built relationships with agents all over the country. Every event I went to, every mastermind, every family reunion, every mega camp, every regional event I was at, even I took Bold 9 times. I took Bold 6 times out of Charlotte. I did not take Bold in Charlotte. I took it in other places. So I have very strong relationships with agents all over our region. And then across the world. So that was a big thing for me, was to build agent relationships. So if they knew anybody coming this way, I get called probably once or twice a week. "Hey, are you in Raleigh?" And I'm like, "No, but so-and-so is." "Are you in wherever?" "But so-and-so is." "Are you in Myrtle Beach?" "Yes, now we are." But it was just one of those things that I built those relationships.
Well done.
Let me just start with you, Lisa, since we're here. What does relationship over transaction look like in your day-to-day practice? Because especially for those of y'all who do a lot of transactions, how do you make that relationship piece look different than just a transaction?
Well, it's all about the win-win, right? No matter what, you've got to create the win-win. It's not about the transaction. If it's about the transaction, they're going to be a one-off client, and you're never going to build a client for life business. So it's got to be about the win-win. How can we make it work? There's many. I mean, we've done 2,000 plus transactions, and there's several that we've done and we didn't make any money. Ask Lynn. She writes the check. There's several we've not, we didn't make money. Not a ton. We're not a not-for-profit, but every now and then something happens, and we've had people die during transactions. We've had people go to jail. Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah. It's a wild, wild west.
These streets are wild.
It's all about being approachable, where when people call you, when people call you, you're not trying to sell them something. There's a level of emotional intelligence where you have to be a problem solver, whether it was a few years ago, whether we have things that may not be a transaction or something coming up for 2 or 3 more years. I just had a phone call this morning. "Help, my HOA is going crazy and I can't live here anymore." "Are you planning to move?" "Well, no, I'm not, but what do I do?" And so we're going to look and see what's going on there, but just to be approachable and have that emotional connection with them on a daily basis and be a part of their life.
To piggyback off what Allison just said, you want to be in the relationship business. And if you're in the relationship business, you want to be someone's go-to for every single thing that they think of. You want to be a connector, and you want to be chasing connections over transactions. And then people do have a bond to you. They call you. I shared this in the class I taught last, but I had someone's sister who lives in Greenville ask me if I knew a roofer. and she just closed on a transaction with another agent. She knew that I would get her an answer and she wasn't satisfied with the other answers. And she's not even in my market. So best case, I get a referral, but you always show up. And when you show up and you are always looking to add value to the room and to the conversation and to the relationship, people will call you for anything and everything. And then, by the way, if you're not a secret agent, they will 100% call you when it's time to transact for real estate or know someone who's transacting for real estate, because of the rule of reciprocity, which is where you give expecting absolutely nothing in return. And no matter what, they're going to feel obligated to fulfill that somehow back to you.
Yes. So short answer is match their motivation. Why are they making this purchase? Why are they selling? Ford, family, occupation, recreation, dreams, right? And follow that down. And I'll share just a quick story. Somebody I had a relationship with, again, out of the hospitality business. We were bartenders together, and he bought his first home with me, and the AC crapped out. Of course, like that first summer, right? And we had a home warranty in place, and that was taking time and getting back to them, and they had a newborn. And so I went to Lowe's, and it was a good lesson to teach my son at the same time. And we bought a window unit for the baby room. Cost me, I don't know, probably $250, $300, something like that. Yet he was blown away by that. And I mean, ask me if they'll ever use another real estate agent, right? And so I think the short answer is you got to match their motivation, and you can't come off as that cheap used car salesman, right? Because people can see that. If your mindset and your focus is on getting that paycheck, they're going to see that. And so it has to be on what's best for them. And then you've got referrals for life.
So two things. Johnny White told me right as soon as I went into business that if I ever calculated a commission before the closing, I had changed my mindset from watching out for myself, from watching out for my clients to watching out for myself. That if you're calculating commission on the front end, you are making this whole transaction about you. And so my husband asks me regularly, like, how does May look? I'm like, God only knows. I'm helping 9 people. So that's kind of that's my approach. The other thing is, and this may be skipping ahead, but I think there are a ton of realtors who think that they have relationship businesses, right? Like they're just really nice people to their people during the transaction. But as soon as it closes, they never follow up with those people and don't remain connected with them. The reason that NAR says that the vast majority of people were pleased with their real estate experience was because their agent was amazing in the process. But those agents were only in it for themselves because they didn't follow up with their people after the fact. I love it. I get invited to like baby showers and wedding parties and housewarmings, but then I'm also there for funerals, and I'm there for cleaning out their mom's hope chest whenever she's gone, right? Like if you're going to have a relationship-based business, you have to be all in. You can't do it halfway, and your people have to know that your biggest motivator is what's best for them. So finishing conversations with what can I do differently or better, or how can I serve you better today than yesterday, are always great ways to enter conversation.
Love that.
That's awesome. Do you want me to answer the same question? Because she said it all. Like, is ditto what Christina said. So our entire business, in fact, last year, I think we were at somewhere, I think it was 91 or 92% is SOI of our business, and we closed 65 units. It's always been like that, and it's because we are at everything. So I'm just like everyone here. We never calculate our commission before. Maybe it did trickle down from him that I heard that early on, because when you do factor in your bills or your situation, it's no longer about that client. So number one, it's about their dreams and desires. I actually mentioned that to them from the very beginning. Your goal's my goal, your dream's my dream, your desire's my desire, your budget's my budget. And I say that over and over again to anchor that with them. And they truly know that that's what it's about. It also, what allows us to do is create relationship with them that is forever. I actually say, especially if they've had another agent, I ask them a question every time, and it's like, what did your agent do or not do that caused you not to call them? Right. And a lot of times I never ask their name because I've shared with you guys, I don't want to know the name because God forbid it's one of you, because then it's like, dang it. Right. So they'll go in, and I'll anchor it with The reason I ask is because I'm creating a forever relationship with you. I will forever be your person for everything. And they get it. And so we show up that way. Now, I agree, Lisa, I am not pro bono, but good gracious, I give away a lot of money sometimes. And it just depends. And it just depends on the situation. And at the end of the day, if you're doing business at the level that we are, that's not going to hurt as much, although we don't like to do it, because you do have to be there for the best interest of the buyer or the seller.
If you do that, it comes back to you in referrals. down the
Oh
line.
my gosh. So there's this one lady, I remember her calling because she had an agent who wouldn't help her buy a $12,000 lot in Gastonia. Okay. And this is early on. And I remember limiting mindset agent saying $12,000, like how much are you earning? And it was like, it doesn't matter. I want to help her. She has this dream of subdividing and building 2 houses. From that one lady who's now one of my BFFs, I have tracked 47 transactions, including ones that's coming up. That's a multi-million-dollar luxury listing. So you guys love on your people. Don't worry about that commission because it will show up.
Love that. So you guys are all running big businesses. You have a ton of contacts. Can you walk us through how do you stay in touch with your database in a way that feels genuine and not salesy?
Okay, I'll start. So we do. I have always followed that. I never say it right though, even though I follow it. DTD2. Okay, good. So I do that. I said it right. I follow DTD2. If you don't know what that is, Google it, ask us later. We're not going to go over it right now, but I follow that system. But also, I'm always in contact with my people. Like if I find out, for instance, I'm going to a funeral on Saturday. I'm going to a cookout on Saturday, I'm sorry, a funeral Friday, a cookout on Saturday, a baby shower in June. And the reason why is because if I find out, and how would I find out, guys? Real simple. How do I find out? Come on, social media. Everybody says everything on social media. So the moment I see it, I text them. The moment I see it, I call them. A funeral, whatever it is, a dog just passed away, a new car just happened. I am constantly reaching out to them. So I follow the DTD2, but then I am doing, I don't like using the word stalk. I'm just following them, right? That's it. Scroll with a purpose, right? And then reach out to them. Like how many times, like you guys, there's actually agents in our office, something big happens in my life and they will reach out to me. And I love that. And I try to do that with the agents in the office as well. Guys, just be genuine and love people. And it'll never seem like, oh, wait, you called me 3 times in first quarter, right? You have permission to reach out to them.
Again, if your call and your only purpose for contacting them is sales stuff, it will always feel salesy. So one of the things I do when I'm driving through neighborhoods and showing houses or going to listings, at this point, I've probably, I don't know, 500 people, 500 or 600 people that I've helped. As I'm driving through neighborhoods, I will call people and go, hey, I drove by your house and your front porch looks amazing. You know, like be genuinely interested in them. When you see and you talk to them and they say little Johnny has a big baseball game coming up and y'all got major travel coming in June, middle of June, send them a text message and go, listen, I know y'all are all over the place. How's baseball season going? Right? Like paying attention to what's going on in their world. When people say that they have a 33 touch and everything is sales related, you don't. You have an ad campaign. Your 33 touch needs to be like birthdays and home anniversaries and giving items of value and just checking in and I'm thinking of you kind of things. When you do that, it really helps. As someone who didn't do it well on the front end and I'm learning to do it better on the back end, the sooner you systematize that, the better you'll be at it because you will reach a threshold where you see that, okay, I sold a house in this neighborhood. Now, who are those clients? Let me think back through my logs. And sometimes you even have to type in an address to remember the person's name. It's awful because you will get to a point that you're not as thoughtful as you really are, right? You're not able to be as thoughtful as you once were. And so having your systems and processes in place early on will protect you from that.
So shameless plug, short answer, Julia Designs. They take care of all of our stuff for our team. We have a database of over 13,000 people. And so we have we have it systematized on that. And there's a couple of other things that I'll just share with you guys that you guys can do. Jess, Peg, I think I stole this from you. Sorry. But birthdays on Facebook. Every day I pull up Facebook, I go to the birthdays, and I'm sending happy birthdays to all those people. If any one of them is a past client, they're getting a phone call from me, or they're getting a private direct message, text message from me on the side. One other thing that we do, and I'm not telling you guys to go spend money, we do a lot with Knights baseball. Okay, so we're sponsors with them. We have 4 season tickets. At the beginning of the season, we send out an email to anybody who, I don't care if they bought a house with us 12 years ago or if they bought a house with us last month. They get the opportunity to take their family to a Knights baseball game. Again, that's a little bit more expensive. You guys don't have to pay for stuff like that. There's a neighborhood down in Indian Land called Legacy Park. Julie, you know what I'm talking about. And I think we're getting our 33rd listing in that neighborhood right now. And we do their adult pool party every year. We sponsor the food for it. So just a couple little different ideas. Again, that's something that costs more money, but just going through, and the more organized you can get your database with past clients, were they a buyer, were they a seller, and group them into these categories. And the last thing we do too is we have a home anniversary. You guys probably heard about that. So whenever their home anniversary comes up, whether they've lived in it 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is, we send a handwritten letter to them. And we also include some information, basically a quick CMA through Realist, and we provide that to them. And that's something that, hey, comes back around. Hey, what do you mean my property is worth this much now? So again, just a couple of different things that we do.
I'm going to try to hit on some things that I haven't already heard because what everyone said has been really amazing. We gift a lot. So we do 6-month anniversary gifts. We do home anniversary gifts. We do, if someone passed away, we send wind chimes. If someone is sick from Facebook, we send dinner through DoorDash. If someone is having just a bad day, we may send flowers as a surprise. So gifting where and when you can. It doesn't have to be super expensive. Our tea towels that we send for home anniversary are like $7 each, 10 after shipping. It's not this huge expensive thing. It doesn't have to be. We also keep in touch with people through, we have an amazing CRM. It's Brivity. Use the CRM you're going to use. If you're using Command, use it. Absolutely. But everyone's like, who can I hire? Hello, you have a full-time staff member in your CRM. You just have to plug it in and actually use it. So I would say utilizing our CRM and making sure that we actually follow through with the tasks and have everyone set up correctly so we're being reminded. And then just a tip for remembering things is if you're scrolling and it's by the way, being on social media is creating rapport with more people than you ever can in person today. You have to be on it. You have to be all over it. You have to be representing yourself as the person to contact. When you're scrolling, when you see something, it could be midnight, right? You have no idea. Take a screenshot, email it to yourself so that you remember to get back to it and do something about what you just saw and what you just read.
Let's see, something different. I'll start. We just had our client, our baseball event at the Knight Stadium, and we had a 17-year client there that we are currently doing 3 transactions with, and brand new. So we even invite people that we are working with. I always love when somebody's coming to town. The last 2 years of our baseball event, we've had clients that have just happened to be in town. I haven't even met them yet. They've been referred to us from out of state. They get an invite to the baseball game. And so we're meeting face to face for the first time at a party. And I make sure I introduce them to all of those old clients, the 10-year client that was there, the 17-year client that was there. They all are mingling. It's a lot of work. I usually don't have a voice by the end of the night, but it's our annual, we just had our 8th annual event. And then the other thing that somebody hasn't said, and I'll do something. Julie Designs helps us. We do a quarterly mailer, but we don't send market updates. We send more of things that we have experienced. The last one, Jennifer Farnsworth actually helped us with it. We had a client who had a fire, and their homeowner's insurance didn't cover the fire. There's a lot, that's a whole nother topic. But we designed a card where do you have the proper homeowner's insurance, and basically said, this is a real life story. This happened to one of our clients and we were helping them through this tragedy. But we thought other people should know, like, call your insurance company, whatever insurance company. We weren't plugging anybody, not even ourselves, really. Just call your insurance company and make sure you have the proper coverage in case of a disaster.
All right, so mine's going to be very similar to a lot of them. We also use Brevity. We've got 160,000 people in there. 35,000 are agents. Yeah. 35,000 of them are agents. And our big thing is making sure everybody's on an auto plan. And we've got a challenge, Nicole and Jay, and we're doing a challenge. And so, like, my big thing this time is to go through what it says. There's 2,800 past clients in there, but it must be like husband wife situation. So I'll make sure that people that have already moved out of town, that they're properly coded and that we're not missing people based on, moving from system to system. There we go.
Great timing.
Yep. Perfect segue.
So, in light of what we've been talking about today. I'm sorry. In light of what we've been talking about today with like utilizing technology, putting systems in place, the gist of everything everyone said can't be executed at scale without proper systems. And as your business grows, when you first start, your frustration is you don't know what you don't know. Everything is taking forever. Where do you start on every single thing? As your business grows, and even as big as our businesses is up here, there's struggles at every stage. So we're hosting, Lisa, Jay, Mark, myself, and a couple other local agents are hosting a Tech Edge seminar. Bob Stewart and where's David? David and Bob Stewart are executives at Place and Brevity, and they're going to be flying in from Seattle to host this with us. It's at Carmel Country Club. It's basically going to be, how do you solve your problems using the technology you have? You don't have to be Brevity members. It's actually better if you're not, because we'll coach into what systems and processes should you be looking for, and how do you stop from what we have all experienced, frustrating moments that kill momentum. How do you prevent those from happening in the first place, and learning from all of our mistakes? Is there anything you want to?
No, that's it. Learn it from our-
So if you're available on this date, join us. Here's a QR code to register. Let us know if you have any objections or reasons that it wouldn't be a good fit to attend, and we'd love to see you.
So, I'm not gonna go to another question because then we really run out of time. But does anybody have a question you would like to ask these people here? I mean, you've got some amazing people here. I know y'all took a lot of notes. Anybody have any questions you'd like to ask them? Tempted? Yeah?
So with this new system, the Place of Brevity, so if you're not and you're using Command, they're still going to give you kind of a plan to attack on, as far as how to organize everything, or how does that work?
I'm gonna say, this is how to utilize, like, what can you do with the CRM? Not specifically, like, we'll use Brevity as an example, but all the CRMs offer what we're going to be talking about to some extent. You may prefer one over the other, but it absolutely, if you're using Command, you will take a ton away. We're going to also split up into mastermind groups at launch to get to network with regional agents and go through pain points in that way. So it's kind of like a mind share, Tech Edge, and also talking about, we're going to be talking about how to retain or attract talent using technology if you choose to. A bunch of conversations that are applicable no matter what CRM you're using.
And lunch.
Lunch. Lunch.
Any other questions, guys? Okay. Hey, thank y'all. Y'all
Thank
were
you
amazing.
so much.
Is there any other announcements we need to make? Anything? Okay, guys, great
All right.
meeting.
Thank you all so much.
Have a great week. Good. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah. Wow.